Hello and welcome to the course Build Gemini AI Chatbots No Code VectorShift Masterclass. So, what you will learn in this course, and first of all, I want to thank you for your effort and also the hard earned money that you uh, keep and give me your trust to join this course. So, what you will learn in this course, so we're starting here with this course curriculum. So, you will getting this is the welcome video, what you see now, and after that, I will start explaining what is the difference between VectorShift and NHN, and then we will getting started. How to set up an account on VectorShift, how to enter VectorShift, and then we set up a cloud account, grabbing our free API, and then we building our first simple pipeline with a Gemini API. So it means a small, just simple AI assistant AI chatbot, and then I will show you how to deploy it that everyone ready to use. You can share the link with your friends and family or anyone you want. After that, we will building the magic pipeline. So don't wondering about the name. It is really a magic pipeline. So we will continue on, put the chat memory. We will put like a KNB, anything like that. So we will creating a knowledge base with Gemini or with ChatGPT or anything like that, or any LLM else, and then we will connecting the KNB, so it means the knowledge base, with our LLM large language model inside VectorShift. After all, when we finish with this, we will deploy it, and then after that, we will starting customizing this, how to style our bot, making the main answers, the ready to use prompt, for example, and also we will style it that looks very good. So we'll put some images inside it, so like an our chatbot icons, and so on and so forth. And after that, we will embed this chatbot that's ready to use in our web page or in application or anything like that, which you created by yourself. So bear with me on this course. Thank you very much for your trust, and we see you in the first lesson. And goodbye. Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about two automation tools, VectorShift and NHN. Both tools are used to build workflows and automate tasks. So it means it's making your life easier as an agency or any business owner like that. But they are made for different type of users like that. So and have different goals. So what is VectorShift? In the next few minutes, I will explain you what VectorShift is and what NHN is, and the main difference between both of them. Okay, so let's starting with VectorShift. So VectorShift is a no-code or AI automation platform. So it's mainly used to build AI application like chatbots, AI workflows without programming. So it means just only with drag and drop, like you see in this small video in here, which I put you in this video section. So VectorShift, you can do with VectorShift. It is create you can creating an AI agent. You can connect it to different large language models like Gemini, like OpenAI, like Claude, like Anthropic, like from Azure. Also, you can bounding it with a lot of. If you have an AI API key, sorry, not AI API key. I mean, you have API keys, so you can bound that. You can bound your large language model with your API key and then use your credits from there, or you can use the AI credit from VectorShift. So you just only upload the model and then it start working. Connect to large language models like GPT and so on. And of course, you're working with documents, PDF, like for example, like CSV files, like PDF files, images, and so on. Also, you can bound your own databases, and it is very easy. So like I told you, you have drag and drop, as you see in this in the video before, in this section on this video here. It is easy, just only like drag and drop. You're dragging and drop your the stuff. So I will show you also here. I will demonstrate that for you how easy it is, so you can use the model. Building chatbots with drag and drop. VectorShift is very friendly, user friendly, and you don't need a technical knowledge or a coding skill. It is great for beginners and for beginning business users, people who want fast AI solutions. So, for example, just only in some minutes you have ready to use a chatbot. But VectorShift is mostly cloud based, and you have less control over the system. That's the problem. So it means it's already cloud based. So it means it's in this page in here, as you see in here, you know. And when you get started, so it is someone has control. So if you shut down the web page, it is gone. But of course, don't be afraid. It doesn't mean tomorrow he will close or this company VectorShift or this startup will close the company and then say, "Yo, sorry, we are done." No, it's working. So we have a lot of, or VectorShift has a lot of common users like that, and common business owners who use VectorShift, and they put a lot of effort inside VectorShift. And also the developer are starting inventing new systems and develop a lot of systems which making the life in here more easier. So now let's go to the biggest framework and the common used framework. Everyone use it because it is huge and big, and that is NHN. Okay, like I told you, so this course is for beginner. That's why I choose VectorShift for you. So now let's talk about NHN. Okay, so NHN is an open source automation tool. It's used also cloud based. It doesn't mean that's only open source. If you want to use that open source and for free, you have to run your own server. NHN is an open source automation tool. It's used to connect apps, API servers, and database. With NHN, you can automate the workflows between tools, run scripts like JavaScript and Bash. Also on VectorShift, you can running also code as you see in here. It doesn't mean that you cannot. So for example, you can using the SDK, you can running your code like that. You see here also you have JSON files. You can also put any scripts like that. Doesn't mean that VectorShift is have less functionality. No, it's almost same like NHN, but the the how to say the functions are a little bit limited than NHN. Okay, so connect APIs, webhooks, and self-host everything on your own server. If you have knowledge about how to use Docker, how to let your server up and working, and you use the system, it's very common use for you. So anychain is more technically than VectorShift. That's the difference. You often need basic programming language, like I told you. Like for example, on NHN, you need to know how to set up a Docker container, for example. While in the same time in VectorShift, you don't need it. So it's already you ready to use. Just only with drag and drop, you have already your chatbot finished or your or AI automation and understanding of APIs and server. But NHN gives you the full control, especially if you run it locally. The good thing of that is, so VectorShift you cannot run it locally, especially you using the expect you using the SDK. But SDK is a little bit, I mean, need really prior Python knowledge. Okay, if you want to use that on your own server like that. Okay, but the good thing of NHN, you have for the full control on your own server. So the main difference between them is the biggest and different differences in the focus are VectorShift focused on AI workflow, chatbot simplicity, and no code users. So for example, like you, that's why you're joining this course to making the tasks very easy for you, and that's why you're choosing this course and choosing VectorShift for you. But if you are someone who has prior knowledge in programming, in server knowledge, in any in Docker, in Docker, and also in Kubernetes, for example, this and NHN is the right framework for you to you making automation. So focus on automation, system integration, flexibility, and it is for developers and technical users. It doesn't mean that if you are a beginner you cannot use NHN, but it needs time to learn. Another difference is the hosting. VectorShift is mostly, like I told you, cloud based, and NHN can be self-hosted. So also, VectorShift is easier to learn. So you will learn the things in this course very fast. Like you see, the course is just only maximum 2 hours, and the most of this is just only that I'm explaining the system. But the most how to drag and drop and build your own AI chat model is in minutes. It's already finished and ready to use. While in in NHN, taking time, taking hours. I mean, to finish the really system. And if you said that, it's huge and you can use it really very good. And VectorShift also huge. I don't want to underestimate VectorShift, but for you as user and beginner, is VectorShift the right decision what you do? So If you want to quickly build an AI tool without coding, VectorShift is the better choice for you. Okay, so let's start and see the simplicity of VectorShift. So we go here and say get started, and this I already apply sign in in this in this panel. So we join now. It can be taking time. It's depend on your on your computer and your internet connection. So as you see in here, this is the welcome page, which you will see in the next videos. And then when you go here on pipeline, for example, I'm making a medical assistant. This is from this course. So I made that. You see here with drag and drop, you can making simple chatbot. Just only drag and drop, and then put the lines in here and bounding them together and finish, and you are done. And then deploy it and finish. So your chatbot is very easy. So now I will show you how if you join the NHN server, for example. I will show you that. So it's technically first you have to install it with npm if you want to run that locally. So first I go to my desktop, and then after that to projects, and then to nhn. So I'm using npm server. So I say here npm start. Oh, I'm sorry, no, wrong. See, I also sometimes forget the command. nhn start. It's waiting a little bit, and then he will host that on your local server like that. Okay, so come on, you see, and then sometimes he asking you to updating in the new version, and you see you start active workflows. So now we're waiting, and you see he said you press an O, it's open in the open that in your browser. So let's see, and this is the NHN server, how it looks like. So I'm making here a copywriter framework, so I love using NHN. And you see here we have here simple memory, we have here the chatbot, so we can chatting with that. And I don't know if that's still working or not. Hello, let me try. Hello, hello, are you there? Let's see, working or not. It might be. Oh, you see, because maybe the API key is expired or I deleted, or it can be also the wrong model. And you see, you have to search for the mistake. You see, and also you have to bound with the account. It's a little bit really, sorry to say that, a little bit annoying, and sometimes not working this, not working that, and you will taking time to use it. But if you know the system, it is on, and you know how to work with it, it is very, very simple and easy to use. Okay, but the point is, if you want to use webhook, you have to know how and have idea how to access the API from outside to join this chatbot and embed that in your web page. Meanwhile, on um, on VectorShift, so we can go here, because I'm not export this. I'm just only making only the deployment, and then we name this test for Udemy bot. What kind of name? So and then create a chatbot, and you see. So now we have uh, the public link which is existing on here. So we say in here, open the chatbot, and you see this is the chatbot which we have. So it's not a medical assistant, just only like, or it is a medical assistant, but just only a normal chatbot. See that? So in this with this link, so I go to my incognito incognito window that I'm closing it. I open new one, incognito window. So you see, and if you send this to a friend, I hope it's working. Some might be the old API key is already expired. See, it's taking time to start, and then they say, "Hello, who are you?" Let me see. Understand? Yes, I'm a chatbot designed to. Okay, it is the patient that which I create. So you see, what can you run? Can you help me build booking an appointment? Do you provide an information? So this link you can share with any of your friends, also with the session. And you see, you have here same like ChatGPT, all of this of the history. So for example, I say new chat. Who are you? Can you help me write a poem? Is that possible? Let's try and see what he say. I'm a chatbot designed to assist patients with general. Okay, so he just only context-based chatbot, not for anything like that. But if you can build a common use chatbot, which you can asking everything like that and asking any task. But this is the medical chatbot. Then you see we have here the history, so I can delete the histories, for example. I can say sorry, I don't want them, or making new chat. And this is the public link I can share with anyone and shows them. And that's very easy. So meanwhile, in NHN, it's a little bit difficult. So you see in here, if I want to export it, I can say publish, but I have to run a server. And it is you need a prior experience in server technology. So I hope before we ending this video, so we're making a quick summarize. So if you want to quickly build AI tools without coding, VectorShift is the best choice. If you want the full control and deep automation and customize workflows, so for example, in local host like NHN, so NHN is the better choice. Both tools are powerful and they are made in different needs. So thank you very much for listening and thank you very much for following along. This is what you will learn in this course, how to building in VectorShift your chatbot, and we see you in the next video. Hello and welcome to the third section, and now let's dive in and starting be practical, and then we will start with VectorShift and how to get started and sign in into our VectorShift account. So you just open the webpage vectorshift.ai. I already linked that in this section, so you can press on it and use the link below or above of this section. So we go on get started. It's very easy. So first things what I have to recommend you to have a Google account. If you want to sign with your email address, you just only type in. So here, sorry, it's on German. So you just only register and then you type your full name and then your email address, and then they will send you a link. But for easy purposes, it's easy if you using a Google account. So you can save some steps which in this video. So we will in the next video we will set up the Google account, the Google Cloud account, and grab our API key in the fifth video and the sixth video. We will of this video course. We will build the pipeline with Gemini with that API key. So that's why I recommend you. It's not a must. I recommend you a Google account. So if you have a Google account and you already signed, so I have a lot of accounts. So just do the same steps like I do. So I use Google for forward or use Google accounts here. Type on this one. So now, as you see, I'm signing with my account, and then he asking you what's the name of your organization. So we say in here, we name this the Udemy course organization. You can name it as you want. It's up to you. So you don't need to follow my instructions. So now this is the welcome main page, and you see here no code AI platform. Welcome to VectorShift. Build a powerful apps, AI apps, yada yada yada. And you see you have here some journeys, so you can start your journeys, learn. It's totally up to you if you wanna doing that after this video, or if you wanna skip it. It's up to you. So now I will explain you some of this menu. So here you are now on the home. The first tab in here, working book. So you can building your own workbooks like that. So the workbooks means like AI agents, but I don't want to go into it. And the main thing and the important thing is here the marketplace. So the marketplace is made by the developers in here, and it is like how to calling like an open source marketplace that the people who use VectorShift putting their efforts and product and their AI agents or the AI pipelines which they build in here that you can check, for example, or taking some ideas. Okay, as you see here, you can read here, it is a pipeline, knowledge assistant, only pipeline. Here, there is someone who making a chatbot with a knowledge assistant, VectorShift chatbot. And you see here the names, also the email, for example, if you have any questions, you can contact them. Okay, so the next thing is here, this is the section which we will do in the next videos, and then in the next videos where we will build our first pipeline alone. You have here agents, so you can build your own agents, create an agent for various use cases like chatbots, summarization, and more. You can doing a lot of agents which working automatically you no need, I mean, to trigger that uh, handy or anything like that. Okay, let me close this one first. I'm sorry about that. So this is NHN. And then you have here transformation. For example, you can write your custom Python code and then run it into if you are have any prior knowledge or prior experience in programming. And this is the main the important part. So we will also learn in this section how to use ChatGPT, for example, or Gemini to create for us a knowledge base which customize our chatbot that we can use this chatbot just only for this use purpose. Like I will show you after this my chatbots which I use. So for example, like practice. So it's in Germany. I use the chatbot also for our driving school, for our driving school in my town, my hometown, that he can chatting and communicating with the customers. So now you have tables in here, so you can creating that data tables, query data, for example, that you can import it inside your pipeline. Here, this is the file section. You can uploading, for example, PDF, docs, images, anything like that. It's like how to calling that, like storage um, for your VectorShift account, so you can use the things that or the data to train your or making a knowledge base, for example, in your pipelines, for example, or put images, anything like that. In this section here, as you see in the second section where I explain what is different between NHN and VectorShift, this is where you create your chatbot. So it means if you already finish this pipeline, the main part or the main thing is how to building chatbot is starting with pipelines. Without pipelines, you cannot build a chatbot. So even if I click on here, create, and say, even if I type a name and say test bot, for example, it can't be created because you see here, you do not have any pipelines. Without a pipeline, you cannot build a chatbot. Or if you don't have an agent, it won't work for you. Okay? So first things first, before you start making this or build this chatbot, you have to making a pipeline. Okay? And here's some search if you have any AI's search engine, anything like that. So you can create a new search. So for example, you can making your own search. So here you have some forms also, AI forms, so that some customers, for example, answer the questions or forms inside the chatbot, for example. So you can build a lot of stuff and many things else, voice bot, bulk bots, etc., etc. Okay, so what we have to do now is we go to pipeline and create our first pipeline. Okay, then I can show you. So you just press on pipelines and then say create new pipelines, press on this and then create pipeline start from scratch. It will open for you this image here. That must be same like what you see in now in here. And then we start talking about, so like I told you later in the videos 6 and lection 6 in the lesson 6. So we will learn how to building and I will explain you step by step. So you see here, this is the start. What you need to making your own chatbot is an input and output at the first time, you know. And then you have here some triggers. For example, you can trigger by, for example, Airtable, GitHub, Gmail. If an email, for example, enter the system, it will triggering the chatbot answer back like that. You can do a lot of things, but what we have to do is to building our simple chatbot with a knowledge base which we can use for our customers or our businesses. Okay, you see we have a lot of things to do. So okay, so now you have here browser extension. You can making browser extensions in here. So if someone has browser extension, so he can communicate with that. And here you see output nodes. For example, nodes is just only to give information what this input doing and what the output doing and what is this AI agent doing. So this is just only the simple notation for you to keep that. Now you have here also the group. So for example, you can put here, for example, the input and output. Say this is the group of input output, or the group of the LLMs, or group of the AI, group of integration, anything like that. But don't forget, one thing is if you delete a node, so for example, if you drag and drop, for example, here the input, as you see, it's inside now this group. Okay. So for example, even we can maybe it might you can making an under group. So you're grouping that, and then let's say you want to delete only the input and keep the group, for example. Let's say we put this, no notation is not matching. Let's say we put here the input inside. Okay, so in this group also here, let's try drag and drop it in here. So as you see, so we're making now input and output group. Okay, Now I want to delete, for example, just only the input. So I just only click on this input. So the main thing, or the main mistake what the people doing is, if they don't want it, they click on the general element, you see, and if you delete it, it disappears. So all hard effort and all hard work is just only disappear by second. Just only you click it and it's already disappeared. That's why you have to careful. But we will not using the group, so it's for my opinion, it's not useful. I mean, I keep the things all the time ordinary, and I know what this doing. And for what we building is not that need to making, I mean, to grouping that pie like that. Okay. So now go to object. So you can also put some pipelines in here. So if you have already built other pipeline to grab that pipeline and working with this pipeline in this project, you can doing it. But the problem is we have now a free tier or free program. So we just only allow only making one pipeline, and this pipeline is enough to build our chatbot, which we will do in the next videos. So that's why this is first unnecessary. If you have some agent, let you see transform tables, anything like that, you can binding that in here in this pipeline. And now you have here knowledge. So if you need, you have here the knowledge base. You need a knowledge base, and the knowledge base, like I told you, which we will build in here, that the chatbot is not starting hallucinate or working with things that the customer, for example, uh, don't have to ask. For example, you have a business about, let's say, helping people to getting their medication, for example, or getting restaurant, sorry, getting their foods, or like delivery or anything like that. And for example, existing some people who triggering this evil people triggering the chatbot and using the chatbot just only like an free LLM on your sources like that. So they use your sources. For example, they say, "Can you write me an essay?" For example, even your business is just only for food, and that you don't need it, or you don't need it, that your LLM hallucinate, or um, giving wrong answers, or bad answers, for example, you can limit it with a knowledge base. So answer just only context based on this knowledge base. And that's what we need. So we keep that in here. Our knowledge base, I will show you, of course, in the videos and this course, how to making your own knowledge base with AI. So you don't need me to write it by yourself. Semantic search files and save files. For example, if you say, if you're writing an essay, for example, for you, if you're making an AI bot which writing essays, for example, or writing reports, so you can say save the file. So what we need from this tab in here is just only the knowledge base. Now we're coming to the main part, which is very important and very important for our course, is just this one. We have here the AI, that means the large language model backend, which we have to work on. So we have the OpenAI and Anthropic, so AWS, Google, Azure, Perplexity, X, also from this open sources. If you're finding any open sources, so we can put in here, and then you use, for example, DeepSeek, and you grab on your API key. But DeepSeek, I don't know why they say open source, but DeepSeek, you need also to grab your API key, you need to pay for it. Okay, so for example, you have here Meta. Oh yeah, okay, Meta, for example. So you can use Meta, anything like that. But we will use in this course, easy for us is just Google. Google is for free if you're grabbing your API key, which we learn in the fifth lesson, how to grab your API key. So you can custom by yourself your own AI, for example. So if you have, for example, you build your own LLM, your own AI, so you can use it in here with this custom. You have here deep search, also image, audio, etc., etc. So next one is the integration. So we won't build this because the problem is you need the most of them is not included in the free tier program. So that means you have to go to upgrade in this in the next I was calling in the paid version like that. Okay, so you see here also for people who have business, you can using Mailchimp. For example, you can making campaign. For example, say hello if the for example, the user typing in the chat, in the input, typing his email address, so get him in the campaign, etc. This is for people who using marketing. Okay, but like I told you, all of this is just not included in the expect value, is not included in the free tier version. So now we have logic here of condition. If this, for example, you have here, if user input came, for example, the word hello, then equal hello, then answer or do something. If he's saying not hello, don't answer him, for example. Like it's an evil example what I'm talking about. Okay. So now, and then after that you have data. So you can use this is, for example, is included the free tier. So web search, if you want to making web search, it's up to you. So if you follow along after this course and then using, for example, web search and this stuff, any stuff like this, it's totally up to you. But like I told you, some of them you have to pay. Let's go to chat. So you can making here chat memory is important for us. This is what also we will use. So that the user, for example, if he want to continue talking with the chatbot, you need a chat memory. So, for example, the user asking, "How is the weather?" For example, I just give you an example, or write me an essay about Benjamin Franklin, for example, and he writing him, and after that you say, the text not, I don't like it, and then you type back, say, "Can you change it a little bit or making that shorter?" Then the AI without chat memory will say, "What I have to write to you." Or what I have to do for you. So after triggering the AI, the Google Gemini backend, if you don't have any chat memory, it's already disappeared. So it means it deleted all the memories and all what you wrote before. So that's why you have to use the chat memory. If you have the chat memory, you can working on and then change the message or change the things that you need from it. Okay, read message, post message, etc. But what we need from this chat is just only the chat memory. So first of all, just only small explanation about the pipelines, how to work on, and in the next video we will set the Google Cloud account to grab our first API key in the fifth video, and after that we start building our first easy, simple pipeline, and then show our skills in and our chatbot live on this video. So bear with me. We see you in the next video. Hello and welcome back to this section. No, hello and welcome back to this lesson. And now we will grabbing our API key and what we need to grab. Hello and welcome back to this video, and now we will going to the Google Cloud and start with Google Cloud's account. So it is free to sign in the Google Cloud account as long as you're not using the other services. I don't want to explain any stuff of this cloud, which is the main thing for us is to select a project. Because if we go to ai.google.dev, you cannot grab our API key um, if we don't have any how to call it any project already set it in this section. Okay, so if we go here, you see I will choose my Google account. So this is my other account, and let's say I want to change to another account. Let's say using this brand new and fresh account which I use for this. You see it says in here the API key is not exist. So if I say here grabbing an API key, I cannot use it. So that means, as you see, if I try, so sorry that is on it's on German. I will try to change it in English. I don't know. So this part in here is on German, and the other part here is on English. So let's try again. How to call it? Can I change the language? No, I'm sorry about that. Because I'm using a German system, so German Windows. We say in here. So if I want to grab an API key, so this means API sessions means creating an API key. So if I go here, he need from you to making a cloud project. So even if I naming this, so I can say here project, making a project, and I say test, for example. See, and I say project. This you say you see he give me an error issue. It says you don't have any cloud project, and he suggests for you to go on Google Cloud Console. Okay, so it means I already linked this in under this video or up in this section in here. Okay, so what we have to do is first we have to go to our Google Cloud account. So it's really totally free. Please don't press on this one. Start for free. He want any billing session? No need. So if you enter just only the the Google Cloud account, so you're just only making a project for free. Okay, so let's now dive in and type and click on this one here and say select project. So you see here you have one here already. The name is organization with ID 0. We cannot use this, so we have to do a new project. So we go in here and say new project. He wants you to name it. And you see here you have 12 projects remaining for your quota, request, increase, and delete project. So you can delete and open it. So 12 project is allowed only. Okay. Even if you delete it, so you still have only allowed remain 11 projects. That's the meaning of it. So if you want, you can name your organization, but you don't need to name the organization. We say here Udemy. You can type it as you want. Udemy VC course. Okay, so this is my name. And say create. And you see already created. And that's what we have to do. And in the next video, I will show you how to grab your API key and how to use it. So bear with me. We see you in the next section. So now, I forgot to say you in the last video about the Google Cloud account. You have to sign in with your Google account, please. It's not helping you if you don't have any Google account. Without Google account, you cannot work on. So this is what I have to say to you. So already we set our project, so we can say here select project, and you see this is our project already set in here. So if I click on it, and then I will getting this dashboard here, and then I can, for example, if I can using the free tiers, this stuff in here, but like I told you, this course is not a Google Cloud course. It's just only a course to use VectorShift and work with VectorShift. So now we want to grab our API key that we can put it in the pipeline. So for example, we already built our pipeline, and now we, for example, choosing the AI, Google, and then we grab the key to put the API key in here. Okay, that's what we have to do. So now we go to AI. So go back to, I will show you again the web page. It's also linked in the sources in here, AI dot Google dot dev. Then you're getting this interface in here. It's on English. Let's say change it on English in here from now. And you see explore models in AI Studio. And then you will getting the developer AI Studio like that. So now I will have, okay. So now you see this is the brand new account. You see we don't have any API keys. So now I say here on German, it's written get here or this button or this one, get an API key. So press on here. So in here must be on English written create a new account. Then we say here Udemy VC course. You can name it as you want. Now we have to choose our project. Okay. So now we search. You go on here, see that? It said to you import the project. So you have to import the project which you already set in Google Cloud in here. Okay, so you say import, and he said to you this one. All, choose all, or just only click on this one. Okay, so say import, and you see it's successfully, and then finish. Only that what we need is the VC course. Click on that, grab it, and then say create here. It's written in German, Schlüssel erstellen. That means create your own API. Press on it, wait some seconds. It might be taking a minute, and you see now you have your own API. You see, so in here it's written billing, create a billing or making a billing information, or give you a billing information. No need. So now it is for free, and you can directly copy the key. See that here? This is the key. This is the name. You can see here the name of the project name, and the project number. Okay, you can delete it. You can copy it. So I say here, copy the key, or directly on this you can copy it, and then you can put it inside your model that you use here in the pipeline. So in the next video, we will starting building our first AI chatbot, which is very easy and simple to chat and deploy it, and making that publicly. And in the next videos, we will making that more fancier and just only special for a business. And see you in the next videos, and goodbye. Hello and welcome back. In this video, we're getting practically, now we're grabbing, in the previous videos, we're grabbing our API key. We set our Google Cloud account to use the project to grab our API key. And now we're getting practical to build our first pipeline. And then in the next video, we will deploy our first small AI chatbot, and we can demonstrate that live, and also you can send it to a friend directly, try that for you. So now bear with me. So we are now in the welcome page of AI of VectorShift AI, and then we have to go to this menu point. Pipelines is the name. So now we already have here, I already opened this, so I will delete this one here. And then we're starting from scratch like that. So we go back in here and say create new pipeline, create pipeline from scratch. And then we name this pipeline and then say simple chatbot. Later we will using the same pipeline because we are chatbot. We are allowed only use one pipeline, so we will rename this this pipeline not simple chatbot. We will name that full or AI agent or anything like that. Okay, so you can name that like you want. It's up to you, totally up to you. So now we're starting. So now what we need to build our, like in the previous video I said, when we want to build an AI model or an AI agent, so we need an input and output. So the first thing is we grabbing this one. So we go on this menu here, start, and then we grab input. So now we have input and then we have the output. So you see both of them. This is what you need to getting your AI working. So now we can test that. So we go here and then we bounding that together. So we can grabbing, you see here the two circles in here. You can grab. You cannot grab from here. It's also possible. Sometimes in some menu points is not working. So we can grab from here to here, and then we say, so both of them are now grabbed. So now what we get, we're not getting an AI answer. So if we try that, we go here on this menu point and then say run on the screen. So we go on chatbot and say hello. We're not getting any answer. See, the assistant say the same word what we say. So we're getting, you see here, the input, the output is the input text. What we give here, it's coming out as an output. Okay, so we say here, I'm Udemy. I am Udemy instructor. See, you give me the same answer. So that we want a different answer, same like we're chatting with a human with our AI. So what we have to do is first we get rid of this one, and then we go on AI and grab our Google LLM model. Now we have here, you see some three points, three menus. I mean, three inputs. First input is system instruction. So you give this AI bot a simple instruction. So you can leave that open, but for the first we leave that open like that, free. I mean, no data inside. Okay, but what we need in here is, which is required, is the text which we need. So you see here, give you an example. So he say to you, or it says to you in here, type to utilize variables, example question, or input text. Okay, so what I say, so we want to get an output from this LLM model. What we have to do first, we have to chat with them with the chatbot. Okay, so we grab this one and bounding that together. You see here, he give you also suggestion. Then you go here on prompt and then making the curly braces, two curly braces. You see input. Oh, sorry, it's too much big. Sorry about that, because I tap double click, and also it's not working. Do you know why? Because we have here, we're going to run in an issue here. Select compatible output field for each of the nodes, and you see he give you the suggest. So if you're just only typing the input without getting extract the text from the input, you will run in an issue or in an error like that. Okay, so what we have to do, we just only click on this one, and you see it's already finished, so the error get rid of it. So what we have to do now is, the last step is to bounding this, the output from the output from, or the answer from the AI model in here. But before, so if we try now, so this is, if you're getting this information, please get rid of it. Because why does this happen? Because before I forgot to delete it, because we bound this directly. That's why he cannot getting the text directly from the input, because it's not bounded directly to the output. So now get rid of this one, and this is the right one. Google 0 response. So the first response from this bot. If you have second bot, he was writing here Google 1 response. So the second bot, for example. But in this moment, we need only, and in this course, we need only one LLM model. Okay. So now if I try it, so I go and run and then get rid of this one and then say, hello, we will run an issue because why? We're missing the API. See, understand? Oh, he answered back. Not bad. I think he's doing that automatically. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Using now the credit from VectorShift, which I'm totally not recommended you, because if the credits are finished or empty, you have to charge again. So that's why use your API key, so that he not charging you. I know you're not giving the bill address in VectorShift, but you cannot use the AI anymore. So that's why use your own API key. Use personal AI. So just here, get the switch on here on yes, and then using your own API. So it means he will use not the AI credits from VectorShift. He will using the free API key which you grab from your account. So we go back to ai.google.dev because they want billing information. That's why I'm using it. For you the first time, you will getting that for free, but because I have a lot of accounts, that's why it's not allowing me to making it free. So I grab this free. You see I'm making that today. So this is the newest one created on 19. I'm choosing this one and then go here and paste it in this import field, and you see we have it. So now the good thing of VectorShift, it's saving alone. So it means it's giving you information. So if you're making any mistake or anything like that, you can go back with Control Z or with this arrow here. So for example, the steps further. Okay, the previous steps before. So get rid of your mistakes. Okay. So now we try again. Say run. It's empty. Chat button here, and then we say hello. Who are you? Okay. Hello, I'm a large language model trained by Google. Nice. So the problem is I can ask him now. I say, what did I asked you? See, you ask me, what did I ask you? Yeah, because he is just using only this word, this phrase. So what we have to do is now to grabbing the chat memory. So we grab that in here, and then put that in this one. So we say in here also curly braces, and then say chat memory, the memory text. Okay, get rid of that. So we try again. Hello, how is the weather in Washington, DC, for example. I'm sorry, I cannot do that. What did I ask? You see? And then he give you the two chat memories. See that? The first, he also give you the number. The first one, I asked him, what did I ask? And the second is, hello, is the weather, how is the weather in the DC? You see, with the memories, he can getting the last chats and answer that. And now you have built your own chatbot with this only simple steps. You see, 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. You're building your own chatbot, and also with chat memory. And now in the next video, we will deploy it and then doing the stuff. So what we have to do is now, before we close this video, close this pipeline, and then deploy our simple chatbot, we just go on here and say deploy changes, and you see here version 000 be version 001 001, and then we can say a description. We say here simple chatbot with memory, and then say deploy. So now it's deployed, and then in the next video I'll show you how to getting the live link that you can share that with your friends, for example, this simple chatbot. See you in the next video. Welcome back to this video. In the previous video, we're building this chatbot with these 4 steps, and very easy. In some minutes, we built our first AI model. So now we can, in the next further lection, we will making that more fancy, more customized for our business need that we can use. Now we're just only making simple chatbot like usually the people use, for example, ChatGPT, easy that you can share with anyone. You see, if you press on change deploy, for example, and making a new version, it give you here say successfully deployed. Go to export to edit your interface. So we can say here go to export, and then we say in here chatbot. Now we have to give him a name. So we say to him here simple chatbot. Okay. So now here it's already set your right pipeline. and the input and output, everything is set, and you say here use the last version of the pipeline, so not, for example, using the old version which is already not deployed or not changed, for example. So now, and also please auto deploy, create a chatbot, and you see now this is our chatbot. Now what we have to do in here, we go on export. So now this is the interface how it looks like. So if you send that to your friends or anything or to someone else, you will see this interface in here. Okay, so you go in here and then we say, like I show you on the previous video, deploy and embed it. So how to enable it. So to embed this chat outside, and then I will show you how to put that on your web page. Now we go here, grab this link, or for example, directly here, open on chatbot, and you see this is the interface which looks like. So now in this tab in here, so you can creating new chats. So I can say, hello, who are you? Press on this. I hope you're not getting an issue. Hello, I'm a large language model, and also give you a suggestion. That's a good thing. So this suggestion, I will later in the videos, I'll make that for you, or show you how to change them and using your own answers, for example. So this suggestion, what can you do as a language model? How are you trained on Google? Blah blah blah. So I can say to him, I want to try and see if that possible, or that the memory working. What I asked you. Let me see what he say. Yeah, you see, and here, hello, I'm a large language. This is his answer before, no? And then he say, hello, how are you? That's what I asked him before. And you see, and also I can say here, creating new chat. Can you speak German? See the answer? Yeah. See, and then you see in here, this is what you have to today. Same like ChatGPT. See that? So you can using a lot of tabs. So this is the old one, and you see all the answer before. It's still saved in here because the memory pipeline, okay, or your memory element. See, and you can save it. For example, also if you want to delete that, you can click on these three dots and then say, for example, in here, delete, and then it's deleted successfully. And you see, very fast with some simple steps, you're building your own chatbot which everyone can use. And in the later section, we will making that more fancy and making now a knowledge database, and also give him customized answers and also customized knowledge base for our business need that we using in the system instruction that he only answer business issues, for example, not, for example, other questions which unnecessary and taking your resources. Bear with me. We see you in the next section. Goodbye. Hello and welcome back to this section. Now we will be getting more practically and continue build this chatbot and making that full-fledged that everyone can use this, or you use it for your own business purposes. It means only context-based chatbot, not like ChatGPT that everyone can writing. Can you, for example, you have a business like food business, and then someone writing, yeah, can you write me an essay about Benjamin Franklin, for example. So this will be practically video. So I will show you. So in the last previous video, we just only build this within 4 steps, our full-fledged application, our chatbot application, which we also use directly and export it to everyone, everyone who can use, or everyone who use this chatbot. You remind in the previous video. So now, how to making this chatbot only working for your business purposes, or just only asking for food, asking for your opening time, asking some questions that you type in, and he can communicate like a human but context based. So what you need is or we calling it, or the system calling it, a knowledge base. So the knowledge base is very important to keep your chatbot very clean from further and bad questions from the user. For example, you can give him and say, please answer only question based or context based, which compatible with my knowledge base. So as you see here, we are now here on the pipeline page where you can build the pipeline. And then you go down here and existing here, the part under the data part, and the data tab, the knowledge base. So here you can click on learn more. You know how to making your own base. If knowledge base, if you want to write it by yourself, be free, but I will give you in the next video the fastest way how to build your knowledge base very fast with the help of ChatGPT or any LLM of your choice. Like so, here you can go and creating knowledge base. You can name this, but this will be in the next part. So without the knowledge base, your business chatbot will be not working as you want or like you want for your business purposes. So bear with me in the next video, and I'll show you how to build the knowledge base with ChatGPT. We see you in the next video. Welcome back, and now we will start in building our first knowledge base. So first of all, what we have to do is to use ChatGPT. I love to use ChatGPT because ChatGPT is more in common and everyone use it, and it's very powerful also with the new GPT 5 module. So a lot of people will say, yeah, why you using on your course all the time talking about Gemini and using the Gemini API, but you now when you want to do something, you use ChatGPT for two reasons. The first reason is why I'm using Gemini, because Gemini is for free. So it means the API key is for free. OpenAI ChatGPT API key, you have to charge your credit card and then, loading some credits, and then you can use the API. And OpenAI not allow you to use the API without you charging your card. Meanwhile, Gemini don't have any charging fees, so that's why we're using a Gemini to making our or to building our chat. That's why I'm using ChatGPT. But it's up to you which LLM, large language model, you use. You can use ChatGPT if you want. It's totally up to you, totally free in your decision. ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, Claude, whatever you want to use. But for this purpose, follow along. I will give the same prompts which you can use in the other large language model. So let's start. I'm going to ChatGPT. I open a new tab, and then I say here, you want me to verifying, so let's go back here. So I switch the tabs. So we have a new chat. So I'm using this hiding chat, and now I'm getting back to ChatGPT. So let's dive in. And now, so don't wondering, so my ChatGPT is on German. I'm using a German system. That's why I'm sorry about that. So let's start. So I created, or I have an idea to making a patient bot. So the patient means the doctor has a big business, big running business. He has two doctors and a lot of workers. But all the time, this doctor has a problem. So his his workers or attendant who in the front of the practice and giving appointment, giving the recipes, giving the stuff, sometimes is sick, so he wanna getting outsourcing this work. Just to reduce the work of the the nurse in front of his practice, on which existing on the foyer, which taking the wishes and the appointments from the customers and the patients. Okay, so what we have to do here, what we say to ChatGPT. So we can say to him, I have practice, or let's say no, not I have practice. Or I say I am a doctor, and my practice is running so far and good. But the point is that my nurse who help me out all the time getting sick often, and I want to help her out. People will say the best solution is to fire her. No, I'm not like we say that very famous president who fired all his workers. We are not like that, or like Mr. Tesla who fired all his worker. No, I am a good CEO which work with his workers and try to help them out. So I try to help her out. So my practice is excuse me. So I didn't find the word for practice. So we say Germany praxis. So it means that it's a place where the doctor consult and talk with the patient. That's we're calling in Germany praxis. So sorry about that. If it's wrong, don't be angry with me or anything like that, because I'm not native German. And I'm not a native English speaker. So my practice is in Washington C, in what we say White House, White House Street, 123, and Washington DC. My open time is from Monday till Friday from 8 a.m. to 12 a.m. and from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday we are closed. We are closed. So, and then can you create a database for my chatbot, which helps add out with their question. So if they have any medical issues which are aren't dangerous, they can book an appointment under the number uh, 6. So I'm just typing a number, and email address is testdoc at or testdoc at test.com. The patient have to accept the disclaimer that we are using AI and give him and only the and the bot have to answer only the question which the user type in and context based, not out of the con. Oh, I forgot. Yes, I writing type database. I mean with that knowledge. Sorry, I have to change the word database with K and B. Knowledge base. Not out of the context. For example, write me an essay. So, and then I say in here, please can you create it as PDF or as PDF file or CSV. That must be enough. So we say in here, we give him the opening time, so which street, and our email address and our telephone. And also you have to making that as context-based questions, not more than that. So, same here. Starting this one. Let's go ahead, waiting. He's analyzing. Wait, I'm sorry, this is the prompt. I will put you the prompt. So if you want, you can use, so I choose only this patient business, so it means the doctor business. But if you want to make it for food, just type your own ID in here. It's same way. I'm too much sorry about my English. My English is not good because I'm not a native speaker, because I try to translate from German what I think in German to English. That's the point. What is include? So you can see here, I've created ready to use KNB PDF for medical chatbot tailored to your practice. Washington DC including opening time, appointment booking, medical scope, AI disclaimer, and strict contact rules. What is included? Practice information, opening hour, appointment, clear medical scope, non-dangerous issue only, etc., etc. So I can download that, for example, and let's check it out if that's is that working well. So I'm saving that in here. You can save that on download or any file you want. So let's open it and see. Oh wow, medical chatbot knowledge base, purpose, this chatbot designed to support patient, and this is what we need and where we now have to upload on our system in VectorShift. So now we get back to our VectorShift. So this is the welcome page. So you coming on this one, or you starting on here. I don't know where you tap at the moment. I mean the current in this current time now. Where is your cursor? So it means, or you play the tab that you use. So if you're on HomeBot, the main thing is you go here on data and under knowledge base. And he asking you here, you can see start your own knowledge base, and then you say here create new knowledge base. So we say here, you can name it like what it's based on your business what you use. By me is DocBot. I name it. Okay. So now you go here and it's already created, and now we have to upload the file. So we can adding integrations, scrap URL if you have that in other URL, or you're scrapping that from an URL. Let's say you have an KNB anywhere else in another web page, for example, you can scraping that from URL or add files from VectorShift. So if you already have uploading that, you can upload that directly from or get the information and get the file directly from the vector. So what we say in here, click to upload, and then we go to our download file. This is the last one, and then we upload it. But please don't close it. So the main issues, or people will run an issue if they close this. So they go, for example, pipeline, and then wondering why this KNB is not working in their chatbot. So what you have to do in here, you have to say, to click on this one to say that VectorShift to index the file. So he start working with that, train that, see what is inside that, and put that as a database. So he was scraping that, so he chopping the phrases that you or what you need in this KNB. Okay, so that's starting here, and then press on index file. But as you see, waiting, it start loading in here. You see the part. If you're getting the green hick, that means it's already uploaded and you are safe and you have your database uploaded on your VectorShift account. So it's waiting. It might be taking 1 minute, 2 minutes. It depends on your computer and also on your system and also on your internet connection. You see, and now we got the hick, and we can, for example, if we click on this, if we want to delete it, we can make a remove, and you can also uploading the next one if you want. And then later in the next video, we will start working with the knowledge base that we can put that here in our pipeline before we giving starting chatting with this LLM model. So it means we give him here the KNB in the instruction. So what we need is going on the knowledge base and then put the knowledge tab and knowledge element in here and then working. So we see you in the next video. Goodbye. Welcome back to the last video of this section here, and we will be getting more practical, and now we will bounding and connecting our knowledge base to our chatbot so that he can just only use and answer the question context base, which we already have done and created by our by ChatGPT, by large language model. Like I told you in the previous video, you can choose any large language model, ChatGPT or Claude or for example Gemini, like you want. It's totally free to you to creating this database. So I choose for I'm a doctor and I have a practice, and I'm running my business from this time to this time, and I'm making this knowledge base, and we have already uploaded in our knowledge base tab in here, in our knowledge base storage, and now we will bound it. So I just want to give you a quick example that the chatbot which I built for a business in Germany in my hometown. It is for a driving school because they have a lot of customers, and the most of the customers have a lot of questions, and it's annoying them and wasting their time. So for example, so I just make for them a context-based chatbot which answers just only the question of this. And the problem is in Germany, if you're running an AI model, you have to make the privacy policy that everyone knows that's working with AI. So let's dive in. A quick short. In the last video, I will show you how to customize your chatbot, same like in here, with limited reach, so that they're not taking all of your resources and store all your resources to the students. So for example, they just only can asking 8 times, and then the limited is rich, and then they must refresh the page, or just calling, for example, your business if they have other questions which the bot cannot answer, for example, for them. Okay, so let's dive in. So a quick example in here. So this is the driving school, and this is the chatbot. So normally it's popping up. So if you're embedding that and put that on your WordPress page, it's directly open automatically. But the point is, it's not open automatically because the business owner said to me, it is annoying the people. So please, can you hide it? So for example, we were making announce that. So if you want to use the chatbot, you have to click on this one. So we click on here, and you see you're getting the welcome message of this company, also with the logo. Okay, the logo should be more fancy, but this is his logo. He decided, he said to me, I need this logo. Okay, it's up in here, but in here is not working. So he don't have, for example, another logo. But it's like I told you, just only some fine things. We can change that next time. Okay, so you see here, it says, how can I help you in German? And I can say hello, for example, in German. So, and then he will say to me, are you agree with the policy terms? Okay. So, for example, here it suggests me what is the main points of the day of the policy. For example, this is the new rule since 2018. You have to hide everything from the customer. La la la. I understand that, but it is too much, like we say. Okay, it's on Europe is like. So let's press on this one and see what he giving us out. So this is the suggest answer which came from the chatbot automatically from VectorShift, or you can customize that by yourself, which I told you in the last video. I will show you how to customize that. And you see here, he said to me, my name is Perrin. If before you're starting, here's the so also you can give him some links. So you see he highlighting this link, so you're not writing, for example, the complete page, say www.fahrschule.de and then /Datenschutz. No, he directly guide you here. So you can click, for example, and open you the new page of this of this web page. So we can reading here the policy terms, who is the owner, where you can contact them, etc., etc. So I say, for example, he want me to agree with it. Let's say I said to him, ja, ich akzeptiere die Datenschutzbestimmungen. So let's wait, and now he can start helping. You see, it says here, welcome, and then I'm your assist. Well, how can I help you? I can say wie viele Stunden muss ich fahren? Let's see if he gotta give us the right answer or not. Let's see, working on, and you see he gave us the answer now. And I will say to him, can you translate it in English? Let's see if he give us the right answer. Okay, okay, he cannot answer us. I don't know. Kannst du das, was ich gefragt habe, auf Englisch übersetzen? Let's see what he said. He answered me that this is a question. So, how many hours I need? Let's see if he can answer us back or not. Yeah. Oh, he just only answered in German, so that's a problem. Okay, it sometimes has a problem because it's I think I have a problem with my OpenAI account, because it is like I don't have a lot of money on there, so that's why he switched on to the AI credits from VectorShift. That's why. But as you see, he can answer me back, so it's content based. So for example, if I asking him, please can you give me an answer about, or can you, or let's say writing me an essay about Benjamin Franklin, for example, he cannot give me the answer, and that's why you need a knowledge base to keep that very clean, that your chatbot is not misused for any other purposes which you don't want. And also might be existing people who illegal and can using illegal things, and they can report you, for example, like when you say, yeah, look, this chatbot is, for example, not using the right purposes, he's just only using illegal purposes, for example, and you are at the end of the time they can sue you in the court, front of the court, because those things, okay. And you see, give me the answer. So die Anzahl der Fahrstunden, die du benutzt, hängt von verschiedenen Faktoren ab. I asked him how many hours I need to drive. So he said to me, it is totally up to the person, how he learn, how good he is, etc., etc. But they say in the main purposes, or in the main case, is you need only 12 hours, and that is the which is lawly written in the or let's say which is must use or must do in the driving school to get your driving license. So that's the 4 out of the town, 4 highway, and 3 in the night, for example. Okay, and that's what he write me now. And then he said to me, if you have any questions, then let me know. And then I said to him, can you explain me, translate that in English? So he used the first one because he repeat the chat. So he closed the all chat alone and then open a new chat like that. And that's why I said to him, can you translate it in English? And you see here, welcome to DR Driving School. I'm Pervin, your assistant. How can I help you? And then I asked in English. He answered me back on German because, the system was not working well as so. I will try to fix it. Why is it OpenAI credit is not working? So let me see. So let's go back to the topic. So now we will making this pipeline working with the KNB. So what you have to do now is you go on knowledge tab. So you are here in this welcome page. So we can close this one. So we get rid of this tab in here. So we have a lot of space. And you see we have here input field is bounded. So we can name this input if you want. We say here input or user input. I will name that. So if you double click on this blue field, wait, I will making that a little bit bigger. As you see, if you type on this one here, you can change. So we wanna clean that inputs. User input, and then here we say chat memory. Okay, so we leave that as a default like that, and then we switch off this one. And this I will show you how to, in this part, what you have to write, and then this on the system instructor what you have to write, and on this also on the prompt what you have to do in here to get the really best answer. So like I told you, we decide now for practice business. I am a doctor and I need help I need an assistant who help me out with the question of my passions. So let's try. So now we want a bounding. So first things what we have to do to get rid of this one here. Okay, the 2 lines in here. So it means we leave this. We leave this free. Okay, so that we bounding this chat memory with the KNB and this directly in here. Okay, so now what we have to do is, like I told you, so now you are on the start tab. So you go on knowledge and then getting the knowledge base. So you see, this is the knowledge base. What's this knowledge base accept? It's accept to 1 parameter. The first parameter is from where your answer have to come. The problem is, if we bounding that directly here, it won't working. So first, we have to use the chat memory. So he chatting and getting the chat memory, and using the chat memory, get back to the LLM and then giving the answer. That's the best practice what you can do in purpose or in chatbot purpose like that. Okay, so let's bounding this one, say in here. See, chat memory. So we're getting the chat memory text. Okay, and then the user input, let's change that here up to, so we keep that little bit clean, the things in here. And then we bound directly this in the chat. I mean the user input directly in the LLM chat. And also the output of the knowledge base, so the answer, the chunks which coming from the knowledge base reader directly inside to the LLM module. Okay, so now we go in here on this drop down. You see, he just give us here knowledge base field required. This is what we already uploaded in here in the knowledge base. That's what we have to need, because there is our doc bot inside. I don't know how you name it, but just please search the right one. And now what we have to do now, we give the system an instruction. So I choose this sentences in here and I say, you are my personal assistant. You, you act like a practice nurse, and only context based, like context based. Oh no, sorry. You act like a nurse and answer context based from the null. I'm making it a little bigger that you can follow along. Sorry about that. Context based from the knowledge base. Dot. If the user slash patient asks any unnecessary questions out of the context, please don't answer them, and don't oh, it's stuck. Oh, sorry. Don't forget to no need. Okay, we just leave it like that. And then now we finish with the system instruction. So he's my personal assistant. He just only act like a nurse and answer only context based. If the user, for example, asking an unnecessary question, which not dealing with his problem and something like that, so the chatbot, it can't answer him anymore. Okay. So now what you have to do to give to this prompt, so you must be careful what you have to do. So you can give him, you might have to give the instruction right. So we give him the instruction and say what he have to do, and also we have to lead him and show him what he has to do, what is his question and what is the context. So what we say in here is question semicolon colon, and then we say in here, so we put the user input and also the user input text, so which came from our question came from here. And now what we have to do is we say in here context. What is the context? Is this one. So it came from the knowledge base, and choosing not format text, please choose the chunks, because he chopping that now and train that in the model. So what the KNB, he tried taking all the phrases and chopping them and making them as a chunk, which the knowledge base can work with them. So let's making here KNB, so we're making that more short and clean. You see, and then he said we have here the KNB chunks. So, and we are done. So as you see, just only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps, and we have built our full-fledged app, which is using our chatbot, which using our base context and not using something else. Okay, so let's try it. Go on run. On chatbot, we have user input, output. Okay, let's keeping this one clean. Let's say here just only output. And here we name this one here Gemini. So now it's more cleaner. See, so, and then we go. So you see, it's disturbing me a little bit. Choosing output. If this happened to you, just don't forget choosing just only go in the drop down and then choosing the output, the right output. Okay, that's right. Finger crossed. You know, sometimes it can be because I'm triggering that a lot, and then the Gemini API say no, not today. Let's try it now. Hello. Let's try. See? Yes. Hello. I'm a chatbot designed to support patients with general and non-emergency medical questions and administrative inquiries. Please remember that the information provides for guidance only and does not replace professional medical advice. Wow. Awesome. This is what we have done in here, and we say in this knowledge. See, he getting the chunks and say like we see booking an appointment and context base, and we say in here medical issue which are not dangerous. I wrote the dangerous word wrong. They can book an appointment under yada 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 like that. So he now you see he can give you. I will say to him, can you write me a poem about flowers about flowers? Let's see what he said. I'm sorry, but I can only answer medical or practice related questions. I cannot write poems or another nonsense. You see, even it is a Gemini model. Even if I just get rid of this one, get rid of this context, get rid of the question, just only leave that plain. You see, just only get rid of the system instruction and don't give him the can be. He will write me the poem. There's no problem. But now you see, we limited this chatbot and say just only for these purposes, not more than that. Okay? And you see we have it. So I can say to him, I have headache. What he will answer me. I understand headache can answer general question, for milk. So he give you also the advice. That is the policy. So he's not the doctor. That the people sometimes thinking, oh, this chatbot helping me. So and for example, if he giving for example an answer, and then he taking for example this pill, and then let's say he getting more medical issues and getting more head pain, then he can sue the chatbot, sue the owner of this chatbot. Say, yeah, this promised me that my headache did disappear. Now my headache is more, and I got uh, big disease or anything like that. So I'm more ill. But he explained it. For mild headaches, some common advice includes resting in quiet, dark room, applying a cold compress, and so on and so on. He give you a lot. So now, would you like information or how to book information? Yeah, I want to book an appointment. So like that. So even if you can put that on this, and you see he give us now the email address. So he give us also the telephone number where we can call him, and also the email address. So if you click on this one, you will get into your email program and writing an email and booking your appointment. Let me asking him, for example, where are you located and your opening time? Let's try that. You see, our practice is located in White House Street 123, Washington, D.C. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m., Saturday and Sunday closed. And you see, you have full-fledged business. And this is what you can use now as a business opportunity to go to the companies and build your own, or build the chatbots only for their purposes and bonding them for them and cash your money. So I hope this video is helping you. I hope now you see how to build your own chatbot. And now in the last video, we will learn. So we will wrap up everything, clean the things, and then I will show you how to customize this chatbot, same like in here, and offer that inside a web page of the customer or in your own web page. So I will build a website and then show you how to bounding that inside. So this course will not teach you how to build a web page. That's if you want to learn it, so you can choose other courses or watch some YouTube tutorials how to build a web page. But if you have already a web page, I will show you how to embed that and put that in your website. So for one thing I forgot, I'm sorry about that. So don't forget to deploy your changes. So that means you change that from version 001 to 0.002. So and then you say here connect the KNB. So this, and then say deploy. Don't forget about that, because if you don't do that, it will be big problem. It won't be lost, but you're wondering later when you follow along the next video, you'll thinking, oh, why is that not working? Because we're not deployed. So you deploy it, and now you have the full-fledged application, full-fledged chatbot. And then the next video, I will show you how to we will wrap up everything, and then how to customize your chatbot and making them, for example, with limited questions and making that more fancy with pictures, with logos, etc. So have a nice day. See you in the last video, and goodbye. Hello and welcome back to this last section. Now we are on the end sprint. Now we will wrap up everything and we will cleaning our chatbot and customize it for our own business purposes or for the business of the customer. So quick recap what we have done in here. So we built the chatbot and we bounding the knowledge base reader, and we finish and then we try it, and then after that we have making some change deployed that is start working. So if it's deployed, so it's deployed the new version and not with the old version without the knowledge base. So what we have to do in this section is to customize the chatbot that you that the customer like it for his own business and with his own logos and own questions and a lot of things which is inside. So what we have to do now is, so be aware that the changes, so you see if you move anything or do something, you have to making deployment. So if I go back, you see this is the change, the last deploy change. So the version was 0. Let's see the view history. So this is the last deployment which you saw on the last video, which are in the previous video of the last section. So how to deploy the chatbot. Okay, so now the chatbot is deployed and ready to use. So now we want to customize it. So now we open this sidebar in here with this button, and then we go to chatbots. Okay, so this is on the sidebar, on this tab, we go on chatbots. You see now first what we have to do is to name it. So last time that in the first video where we making the simple chatbot, same like ChatGPT. So I just only name it simple chatbot. So what we have to do is to rename it. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I make a mistake. So we go on this 3 dots here on the burger icon or this dot icon, and then we say rename it. And what we say here is my medical assistant. Okay, so I'm writing it in German, assistant. So and then say yes here. So it's don't have any effect if you rename it. Don't have any effect of this AI source or anything like that. So if I want, also I can change the pipeline. I can rename also the pipeline. Go back to the pipeline and then say here medical. No, not run. Sorry. Go back, please. Like this. Okay, and then we rename it, and then we say here medical assistant. So hick, it's deployed. No, don't have any effect on this change on the deployment. Okay, on your chatbot. So you see here we have the medical assistant, and then we join with this one click, and then you see here you have 2 tabs. What you have to do in here, you must see is that existing the user and user input and output. If you don't have user output in here, please select the output. If it is empty, please select it, then it won't work. And now you see here, use the last version. That's the main thing. The last version is what you have deployed in the pipeline. This is the last version. See that if the deployed is changed, that is the version that you use now. You need a current version from now. Okay, let's go back. That's the main thing. Now we go on select interface. So what we have to do is to embed that later in our business. So we don't want the chatbot being like ChatGPT that everyone can asking some questions. So we want that bound that in our business webpage, which we will do in the next video. I will show you how to making that on WordPress and also on your HTML, a normal HTML page like that. Okay, so what we have to do here is to choose website chatbot. But don't be afraid about this message here. Confirm view change. Change the template will reset all your current deployment options. Are you sure it won't do that? Yes, confirm. Don't be worried about that because it does not have any effect on your pipeline. Okay, it's just only maybe if you already customize it. That's what you mean. If you already customize it and you want to change it, maybe the all deployment of the customization can be changed. That's what he means. It doesn't mean that have effect on the pipelines. Okay, so I already try it. Don't worry. We can also be sure if everything is set. You see here we have the knowledge base, we have the input and output, everything, and you see the version had been never changed. Okay, so get back. So website chatbot, you see the interfaces. This is different. Now this is what we have, what I showed you in the previous video, that we bounded in our WordPress page here for this driving school, business. Okay, so this is what we have to do. Okay, so now we go under general information, and then what we're naming here, the medical assistant. So now finished. So you name it, it's done. And you can see here the new change. It's already have effect on here, and you can see the name already, medical assistant, and you see the logo VC for VectorShift. So now we want our image. So what we have to do here, we have also 1 GB storage. The images are not so big. You can go, for example, on icons. You choose your own icons. It's totally up to you. You see here on flat icon, existing in the free version. And then, for example, you can search for robot like that. And then you can choose in one of these icons. Some of them is free, some of them is non-free like that. But be careful. The main thing is that you're not getting any bad issues. So, for example, if you are in Europe and you have that following that DSVGO, so you have to see, is this icon or are these icons with Google fonts or not? So if you have Google, you need or these icons using Google fonts. So please don't use them. It might be sue you or anything like that. But on US is no problem. You can use that. But I'm sure that this is not working with any. So it's just only image picture. Is not bounding with the Google server or anything like that. Okay. So let's get back. You can download that and then you can upload it. But I already making one with Gemini. I say to Gemini, please, can you illustrate the image icon for me that I can use for my chatbot? And then he give me that image. So I go on upload and then go on download, and you see this is my image, and then I put it in here. That's uploading that, waiting. It might be depend on your computer or anything like that. And you see it's already here done. And you see perfectly fitted, perfectly up, nice. And you see better. My opinion is using Nano Banana. I can show you here the new chat, and here you can choose this icon here to create images, and here with this banana symbol, that's the new image illustrator from Gemini. The name is Nano Banana. So our image is finished. You see now. Before we going here on deployment change, so we continue on. So you can show header icon. So this one, if you want, or get rid of it. But I leave that, it looks fancy and nice. And now you can give in here your own message. For example, you can say, "Hi, I'm Emma, your medical assistant," like that. And then the welcome message. "How can I help you?" So this, when you, for example, that you see in this business, so in this driving school business, I will show you the message. So it's waiting. Open this chatbot, and you see in here, you're getting this welcome message as a welcome emoji like that. You can choose what you want. So I can say, "How can I help you today?" Question mark. Okay, and continue on. So now we can say AI show the AI disclaimer. So you know that if you're using the chatbots, for example, the large language models behind it in the backend, so we're using Gemini, you know, the data of what you use in here, it's going to Google. And might be people, for example, especially when you live in Europe, are not agree with stuff like that. So they say, why, especially in Germany where I live, so they say to you, why I have to give my personal data, for example, my IP, my this to Google? I don't like it. Okay, you put this chatbot, you are my doctor, but I will sue you now because you're not giving any AI disclaimer. So if you making a show AI disclaimer, so you can put your own text which is comparable or conform with your law in your country. So I don't know how it is in USA. So in Germany, you have to do that in which is matching and comparable with the DSVGO. So we say in Germany DSVGO. And you can see here, you're getting a default text. This AI assistant is provided for informational purpose. So you can say, for example, only response may not always be accurate and complete. We can leave this message, okay? AI disclaimer, placement on the last message, every message, no, every message too much, first message. We can give that as a first message. You see that here, we can give that, but we can making that as a first, on first message, okay? So, you see it came in here, but it's totally up to you. But I don't like it, I say I can switch off. But you have this option. I just only want to show you that you have this option, okay? So, the next part in here is placeholder for writing message. You can say in here, ask your questions or your ask me, for example, dot dot dot, like that, okay? And the next one, it is more comfort. There is existing a lot of people who are lazy to writing their own prompts. So for example, he wake up in the morning, has headache, has anything like that. You can help him, for example, to ask this question, okay? The question by typing on the suggest initial prompts. That's typing. We say in here, I have flu, for example. I have headache, for example. The third one, I have chest pain. Chest pain together? Okay. Chest pain, like that. Sorry about that, I'm not native English. And continue on. And I think only just 4 questions, like I know. So, number of related questions, we leave that as default. You can put like 1, 2 questions like that. This is, for example, the which is matching with your large language model. He give the related questions. So, for example, if you're asking for flu, he give you the next suggestion like that you click on that, for example, if matching with your question. So you can put 5 questions, 2 questions, only 1 question. Okay, and then you can also hear guidelines for generating related. So you give the AI and say, please just only we say here, please only context based question, like that, okay? Context based question, for example, okay? So he's just only getting a guidance, but I leave that as open like that because everyone can ask what you want. It's already fixed on the on the knowledge base that you just only answer sorry about that, answer only context based and not out of the context, okay? Let's continue. Message to display when assistant is processing. So we can say, please wait, we will answer your questions fast as we is difficult, it's only but wait, I will answer your question fast as I can, like that. So sometimes you're giving an answer, and if the server is overloaded, the people waiting and not getting any answer, and that's making a lot of people difficult to wait, or how to say it, so they don't have passion like that to wait. So you just give them only this dot dot dot, and you're getting this answer fast as I can, as I can. So now, existing a lot of things. What you have to do, icon to display when message are processing. I leave that for default. If you want, you can uploading again picture if you want. If not, just leave that free. And you say here name of the user of the name for user message. Okay, we leave that like that. We still can say passion. Okay, passion, like this. Then we can say the name of the bot is, like I say, Emma. I name it in here Emma. Here, this power shift you cannot switch off because you're using the free plan. So that's why they're making, if you use their service for free, of course, they want making an advertising on your web page. If you agree with that, just leave that. If you're not agree, so you have to switch to the and upgrade to the plan, to the paid plan. And now we can, let's say here, making an avatar again. So we change our avatar in here. See, so it's starting directly. I mean, switch off, for example, if you open on your web page, not same like in here, it's not directly coming the icon of VectorShift, it's coming your icon like that. You see, so the people not see, hey, what is this VS, I mean, it's not good. So And you can choose the font that you want. Mono, Arial, I leave that in Inter. It looks good. So on here, you can making invite. So here, persistence per time, you can making one, or you can making, for example, persistence time frame, weeks, and then here, limit message per conversation. So for example, if you don't want that your system overloaded like that, overloaded, so you can say, I just only give my my customer or anything just only 8 answers. Okay, you see in here it will appear here messages remain 8 from 8, for example, or let's say 10, or you can limit that as 5, for example, if you don't want, but we leave that as 8 for 8 of 8, because maybe he asking question, one question, next question, like that, and then if a limited time he have to reload again and all his messages what he wrote before is disappear. So now limited embed. So this is uninteresting show remaining answer. Yeah, we can leave that. If you, it's better because if you switch off it, so well, if he answer back, for example, the customer, and then not getting any answer, we think, yeah, what happened with this chatbot, and then he will be like, what I say, angry, like that. No, launch a message, chat with us. How can I help you today? This is the answer, and then the launcher message here. This is the launcher type. You can again put our icon in here again and use it. It's waiting. What do we say? So as you can making here as chat, or leave that like this, right space, and then you can siding that, spacing 10, bottom, up, left. It's up to you. So it's totally up to you how you want it. So for example, I'm choosing here in this right icon. I don't want it here in the middle. Looks not good. So that's why I put it on the right side on the bottom like that. Okay. And now existing a lot of things so that you can do. You can connect to your Slack account. You can connect to your Twilio account, anything like that. But I told you, I just only want. I don't want to overwhelm you with the next step. And also, you can deploy to Chrome extension. So, for example, the people can download that as a Chrome extension and put that in their taskbar here. Okay. And now your chatbot is finished. So now what we have to do is deploy changes. So now it is, you see, version, don't worry, it's not dealing with the pipeline, just only this is the first version of your chatbot, only the styling, and also some messages, suggestions, and messages that you type, so customized message. So this is just only the version of the customization, not the pipeline. It's not affecting your pipeline. Please don't worry about that. Okay. And then we say in here, we say style chat bot, and then we say deploy. As you see, finish. So now what we have to do, we try this chatbot. So I go to embed chat. This is what I show you next time. This is this for this. So I have here, we go back in here, and then we say run the chatbot. You see, and then we're getting this chatbot on the right side, and I can say here, hello. Let me see if he answers me back. Please wait, and you see, working well, and we have remain only 8 messages. See, hello, can I explain you? Can I help you? I mean, please beware that I am a chatbot, blah, 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 like that. And you see, we're getting some suggestions. What medical topics can you assist with? Let's typing this prompt, see what he answer me. So you are, as your practice nurse, I can assist you with general non-emergency medical question, etc. Okay, so let's dive in again. See, if I press on this bucket here, it clear the chat, and we have everything now from beginning like that. So now you see, we have the suggestion that we already set in, suggestions, sorry about my pronunciation. I say I have flu. Let's see what I'm sorry to hear that. To hear you're feeling unwell with the flu. While I can answer general non-emergency question, I cannot diagnose serious condition. For proper medical advice and treatment, recommend you visit a doctor. You can booking an appointment by calling, visit or sending an email. And you see your chatbot is finished. And in the last video of this section, I will show you how to embed this chat and put that in your WordPress page. Like I told, I already built some pages for you. Built one page and on WordPress, and the other page is just only normal HTML, and I will show you how to embed your chat inside your web page. Follow along, and we see you in the next video. Hello and welcome back to the last video of this section, and now we will embed our chat chatbot, which we already built. Quick recap what we have done in the last video. So we build up our chatbot. So we making a pipeline, and then we're making a knowledge base, and then we customize and style our chatbot that looks like this one. So now the only thing which we can do, so we can, for example, we use the chatbot, for example, and then taking here the run the spot, and then taking the link and share it with anyone else. It's not our or this what we learn in this course. So we say we're making a chatbot which is only used in your business purpose. So it means you use that, for example, you have a customer, and that customer has, for example, a food business, or a doctor, or a chiropractor, or practical, or anything like that. So you can build a chatbot for him, which help him. And then after that, we customize. Like I told you, we customize the bot like we want for our wish, and which we use for our business purposes. Okay. So what we have to do now, like I told you, for example, the customer wants that in his web page. So like I told you, I'm making two web pages, classic HTML. So I'm programming a web page here in Python. So it means in the backend is from Flask, and I'm making home. So I will replace this URL. And in the other one, which common use is the WordPress. So you have to log in on your web. If you have a web page or making a web page for a customer, you have to log in the admin, so in the WordPress admin panel, and then enter to customize the app or the web page. So let's start. So now go back to chatbot, and then you click on your chatbot. So it means this medical assistant, and then you're coming to this menu like in the previous video. Here you can customize that as like you want, for your wish and for the customer's wish. And now what we have to done, don't forget to making deploy changes if you if you don't you didn't, or you don't do it. So just please go and change the deployment at the version from 0.0.0 change to 0.0.1. So the next version, the actual version, which is already customized for you. So now what we have to do is to embed the chat. So just only simple click on this button and say embed the chat, and you will getting this model. So this model open for you, so this information, and then you have two choices to copy that. Which I prefer, for my opinion, is this one. The first one is working well. Use this code, please. Just copy this one, okay? And let's start and see if that's getting any effect. No effect, and you see my chatbot is embedded in here. Let's say, how big is that? Oh, it sounds actually not yet growing up, so I have to refresh the server again. And let's see. So I will start it again. I will get rid of this one. Get rid of this one. This is the old one. You see it's making any mistake, and you see the chatbot is closed, and now it's open automatically. And you see our chatbot is embedded in here, and you see we can now chatting directly. So we can asking some questions to see is that working well or not. Hello, I have had pain. Can you help me with this? Question mark, and see there's that answer or not. And you see also the remaining message is working. Message 7 out of 8, and that's why you can continue. This is the basic HTML with the Python backend. So you see our chatbot is working, and it's embedded and working in our business web page. So now I will show you the common use on WordPress, how to doing that. So now we're coming to the WordPress page builder, so which I prefer you, and also I use. So also I'm using the Hostinger. I will link you here this the provider Hostinger, so you can also getting coupon on this from this video, that you can open your Hostinger account and host your web page in here if you don't have web page. If you have a web page and you already have experience with WordPress, so go on. But for people who working with Elementor, with WordPress, I prefer you please use Elementor if you are beginner or you don't have prior knowledge inside WordPress, because it's very difficult if you use just only the page builder of WordPress. So how to bounding our chatbot? Same like in here. So we get back and then say we embed the chat, and like I told you, just please use this first script. So you just copy that and then get back to the Elementor page. You see in here, we're making that this page, we're making with basic HTML with our program, because I am not basic, but I'm a software developer which program everything from scratch, from A to Z. So that means the backend and also the styling, the CSS and the JavaScript code, and also the Python code, and also sometimes with .NET I'm working and building my full-fledged software and applications. But if you're using Elementor and WordPress, so go on, that's how I want to show you here how to doing that. So what you have to do in here, the main thing is you're choosing any empty part in here. I already have one open here, but how to get this code builder in here? So you're just only searching this one here. So for example, you just only please choosing one free space and then typing, for example, here this one, making flex and or anything like that, and then drag and drop the element in this part in here. So we're searching for HTML. That's the code builder, and then when you press in here, you will getting the code panel let's say the IDE inside this Elementor element. So I already get rid of and go on this button in here to style that, which I prefer. Why? Because you saw in the previous video, in the previous minutes, that this white frame in here was very big, hiding the complete page. And that's why the mistake came from this script one. But sometimes it came also from this one again. So that's why I prefer you to making that small as possible. So I choose in here the maximum width is 611, no minimum height, anything like that. Leave everything per default. Okay. So and tap on double click on this. You see, this is the symbol for HTML coding, and then just only copy this code in here. You see, and finish just only like that. And you see our chatbot is appear in this part. So we just only say in here save, and then we just only click on publishing, and then I use only the web page to open a new tab. So that's why don't wondering about this URL. I just only use a temporary URL just only for the course purposes, and then we paste this link and see if this really working, that our chatbot is working or not. And you see this is my web page which I have done in here. So let me first of all just get logged out from this page. How to log out? There is no login, log out. Embed. Okay, because I don't like it. It shows it as WordPress panel in the WordPress. I just only wanted a plain web page, so it means that no one see here the stuff from WordPress. So let's see, and you see here our chatbot is in here. Let's see. Let's say if it is working or not. Hi, I have had ache and my nose flew, or my nose fluent, for example. Okay, let's see. Give us that. Oh, you see, because I'm using a lot of the resources of Gemini. Let's try again. Let's say I have a flu. Okay, so I'm sorry about that. This is it. But you see, our chatbot is already embedded in here. And if I click on here, so you can style it in here. That's not open automatically inside VectorShift if you want. Just play around with that and see what is your main thing. So let's close this one. It's not working. Get back. You see, and you see our chatbot says in here, how can I help you today? See, if I click on here, it's open my chatbot, and then I can starting chat with the chatbot. So try again. I have flu. See, getting issues. Yes, yeah, that's a problem. So don't worry about that. It will reset. For example, in some hours, it will reset again. You can work. But if you want more effort, for example, for businesses and making your business bigger, and this, of course, you have to switch to the Gemini, the Pro version. So it means that you pay every month for the API, and then it is open. Totally open. You can use it every day, anytime, any seconds, without any limitation. So as you see in this section, you see here also our chatbot is working well. You see here Emma is our assistant, and also and we are the patient. You see here it's writing the right names which we want. And I hope you learn in this video and in this sections how to build your own chatbot and run your business and run that for your customers. And I hope you enjoy this lesson. And I'm sorry about my English and sometimes because I have to switch from German to English to explain that. I hope I bring you the message and you learn a lot. And really, with just only some clicks and with a free tool, you're making your full-fledged open, let's say, no, yeah, open source chatbot that without any prior programming knowledge, just only small few coding that we have done in WordPress and also in our HTML page, but that's only for people who really love to code. But it's okay with just only simple, with some simple clicks, we just making our full-fledged chatbot. Hope you enjoy it and go on, continue, and you don't need to be, or you don't want to be an AI engineer to use or to making full-fledged application like this. So just only with drag and drop and open source codes and open source frameworks, you can build your entire business and entire AI business. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for your trust. Thank you for your time. And thank you for joining my course. And in the last section, you will getting a thank you video from me personally. And we see you. I hope we see you in my next courses. And goodbye. Hi, and congratulations on completing the course. You didn't just watch the lessons, you actually built your own AI chatbot. Thank you for your trusting in me and for choosing this course. I truly appreciate the time and the effort you invested in learning how to use VectorShift and turning that knowledge into something real. By now, you understand what VectorShift is, how to build an AI assistant quickly, how to embed into a website, and how to deploy it. It's ready to be used. That's real practical skills, improve and expand and give you a lot of knowledge in AI section. I encourage you to keep experimenting, refining your chatbot, and finding new ways to apply, whether for a project or business or an automation. And if you have feedback or questions, feel free to use the Q&A section here on Udemy. Once again, thank you for being part of this course. I wish you continued success with your AI assistant and all your future projects. Thank you very much, and thanks for your trust again, and we see you in the next courses.